Welcome to Jason Brown's Ups and Downs. I'm coming to you live from UCSF Precision Cancer Center, and I'm in the process of getting my fourth chemo infusion. And you haven't seen me for a couple weeks. I even recorded a video right after Christmas that I chose not to upload. And I want to talk to you about what my experience has been the last few weeks. So, one of the things I observed right when I got the cancer diagnosis was this huge urgency to do a lot of things all at once. I wanted to start another company. I wanted to start preparing to climb El Capitan, and I wanted to launch this YouTube channel and obviously beat cancer. And one of my core personality patterns is that I often will skip over my feelings and what I'm experiencing by doing things and by achieving. And I was observing my pattern in hyperdrive, and I realized I needed to take a step back and really make sure I was grounded and centered. And so I decided to really go inward the last few weeks, and I've spent some really incredible intimate time with my boys, family, close friends, and it has been incredible. One of the things that I've really been coming back to is this idea of wholeness. Over the last few months since August, I've been through a lot. My company that I'd been building for 9 years um, went out of business, and I don't know why I'm smiling. It's not funny. It's sad. Separated and getting divorced from my wife of 20 years, and then got a cancer diagnosis, and that's a lot to absorb and process in a short period of time. And I found myself with this, particularly with making videos, is exhibiting those same patterns of applying achievement as a way to, not feel my sad and to not be present. And I think that's one of the patterns in the past that has kept me from, most importantly, a connection with myself, as well as connection with others, is to just keep going, just working. And there's this tool. It's called Enneagram. It's like a personality map. It's quite ancient. I don't even think anybody knows totally where it came from, but I got introduced to it a couple years ago and found it useful. And I have found it all the more useful in my current experience of facing the fact that, I could die from this cancer. And I am an Enneagram type 3, so it is a pattern, a personality pattern, where my default, if I am not in a conscious state, is to generate approval for myself from the outside, specifically by achieving things and by doing things, so by activity and achievement. And there's a part of me that doesn't realize it already has all the love and approval it will ever need, and it doesn't matter how much I achieve or how much I do. I already have that inside of me, and it thinks that it has to generate approval from other people, even from itself, by achieving things and doing things. And I really wanted to spend some time with that part of me these last few weeks to look at that part of me, really appreciate it and love on it. I've accomplished some incredible things in my life, and that part of me was driving me to work extremely hard and do those things. At the same time, when that part of me is running me unconsciously, then I end up going through life without a connection with myself and a connection with other people. And in my very first video, I said I wanted to experience more love and connection in these coming years than I have at any other point in my life. And initially, when I said that, I was actually meaning with other people. And I realized that actually what I meant most importantly is love and connection with myself, and wanting to find and understand the different parts of me, and make sure that I'm really, really listening to those parts, loving on those parts, and not letting those parts run me unconsciously. With Enneagram, it's like, imagine it's like this map, and it's not a perfect map, but it's a general map for how a person's personality works. And one of the things that I really love about this is it's not owned by a company. It's not controlled by any one thing or person. It's this kind of artifact of humanity's collective insight and wisdom to be able to observe the ways that humans relate to themselves in the world, and then describe it in these 9 patterns. There's 9 Enneagram types, and then it can get more complicated, but that's the high level that you need to know. And that when you have that map, when I had that map, this Enneagram type 3, it has allowed me to just have a lot more insight into how my patterns are working. And the thing that I've been doing, which is really cool, it's this is not part of Enneagram. This is part of conscious leadership, and it's writing down. So I've got these index cards, writing down these parts of my personality. I call them personas. You could call them anything you want, but they're kind of these distinct characters that make up our personality, our ego, and they have a very specific kind of personality and texture and formula in the way that they operate. And you can give them fun names. So I've given some of them names like Charlie Checklist. So that's a persona inside me that just loves having lists and things to do and checking them all off. There's the Overcomer. So there's a big part of me that loves to have impossible obstacles and finding a way to overcome them. There's a whole host of them, but I've just been taking a lot of time to reflect on those parts of me and make sure that I've really appreciated those parts, because I think I was resenting those parts of me. I believe there's a good chance I gave myself pancreatic cancer by overworking and stressing. I don't have any other risk factors at all, not even genetic risk factors. There is some science to suggest that stress can contribute to cancer. It's not conclusive yet, but my hunch is that in the coming decade, they will find that chronically stressing yourself out is definitely a huge risk factor. But regardless, I think I was resenting those parts of me that pushed me so hard. And the issue is not the parts, it's the unconsciously allowing those parts to run me. And I have this incredible mentor, and she describes it like this: is you have this wardrobe, and in this wardrobe are all these superhero suits. All right, so imagine a wardrobe with all these superhero suits, and if we're unconscious, if we don't understand what's in the wardrobe, those suits wear us. So the Charlie Checklist, or the Overcomer, or these different, you can give them even more fun names than that probably. But these things that are superpowers, they will run us, and we will just kind of just follow the pattern that they're doing when it's unconscious. But when we can get to know them and appreciate them and understand how they operate, then it's more like we're wearing the suit. So when it's time to do something big or accomplish something, then that's the time when we can put on the Overcomer suit or the Charlie Checklist suit. And then when we're done with that, we can put it aside and allow other parts of us that are more appropriate for the moment, or what presence is calling out. So that's what I've been doing. And I have felt that taking this time has allowed me to get really connected with myself and just settle into what I'm going through. And it's given me a lot more space to feel my sadness. I had an incredible experience this weekend. My oldest son in school, they had a substitute teacher, and so they watched this movie. It's called My All American, and I didn't know anything about it. And my oldest said, "Hey, Daddy, we watched the first part of this movie, and it's about this kid he's pretty small for a football player, but somehow he makes it into this big college team in Texas, and he was doing really well even though he was small. It was a great movie. Can we watch the rest of it?" So I was like, "Sure, sounds great." So the whole family, we sit down and we started over, and it's just like it at least starts out as one of those feel-good movies. And yeah, it's like the underdog and everything. And then about an hour and a half in, it takes a big left turn. And one thing worth noting is this is a true story, and it takes a left turn, and the main character um, has bone cancer, and he ends up dying of bone cancer. That's the movie, and we none of us had any idea that this was part of it or anything, but it just felt like the universe wanted us to have this time together, and we all were on the couch just weeping and crying. And in the case of the main character from this movie, he's 22, 23-year-old kid, and he died of bone cancer. And it gave us a lot of space as a family to feel a lot of sadness, to just be with the possibility that, I could die from this. That's clearly not the hope. That's not what we're all focused on, but it's a possibility. And so I'm really grateful that the universe gave us this moment, these moments on the couch to just cry and be with that sadness. After the movie, we turned it off and we were just hugging and snuggling and just talking about those feelings. And my oldest, talked about how sad it would be, the idea of not having a father. And so when we talk about love and connection, I guess the big lesson that I'm learning, my first really big lesson from this, is that love and connection can't happen if you're not in a love relationship and a connected relationship with yourself. And that's been my first unexpected gift from this, is this opportunity, this space to, yeah, listen to and understand these different parts of myself that have been, in many ways, unconsciously driving me for my whole life. And yeah, just allow a much more whole, healthy relationship with these different parts of myself. So I'm really, really grateful for what the last few weeks have brought me. So yeah, I'm starting to feel very tired from the chemo medicine, and I think this might be a good time to sign off and say thank you so much for watching this. If you are a person of faith, I would definitely welcome any prayers that you have, or however you connect with the big unknown possible powers that are out there. And if you think this would be helpful for anybody who you know who needs the encouragement to take the time to really connect with themselves, feel free to share it. And if you're not subscribed and you want to be along for this journey, I'd be honored to have you subscribe. All right, until next time.